Hi there, my name is Gwen Mc Hale. I'm a somatic therapist and educator based in the west of Ireland, and I've decided to make these little videos to go online when I feel inspired about an aspect of my work. Um, so, something I'd like to speak about today is basically our humanity, what it is to be a human being, what it is to be alive in these crazy times, and how we can make that easier or more difficult for ourselves. So, I keep hearing people say things like, oh, I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel so unproductive. Or I just keep worrying, or I'm awake in the middle of the night feeling fearful. I have nothing to be afraid of. I'm so lucky. I shouldn't be feeling this way. And I just keep feeling such a sense of heartbreak when I hear these things because even though we all do it, we all do that to ourselves, every single one of us. And yet, to feel is the essence of being human, you know? Unless you're a sociopath or a psychopath or you're completely disconnected and numbed out from your basic humanity, you're going to be feeling things right now. You're going to be feeling sad or scared or anxious or angry. You're going to have an emotional reaction to the current environment we're all finding ourselves in. And what we can do with that is, well, we can recognize it for what it is. We can allow ourselves to feel those feelings instead of trying to make ourselves wrong for having emotions, instead of trying to criticize ourselves for being a healthy, human, responsive, caring human being. There's really nothing wrong with crying. There's really nothing wrong with feeling scared. There's nothing wrong with being angry. These are all normal, natural human responses. And at the moment, we're in a situation where we really don't know what the future is going to bring. We don't know if people we love are going to get ill. We don't know if we're going to lose our jobs. We don't know much of anything, which is terrifying. And a great lesson, because that's always the truth, actually. We actually never really know. And that's what this pandemic is highlighting, is the vulnerability of what it is to be a human being. The inherent vulnerability of being human. And that might sound like a bad thing if all your life you've been trying to not be vulnerable, if all your life you've been told that vulnerable is weak and bad and something to be avoided. But actually, being vulnerable is the essence of being human. And the more we can acknowledge our vulnerability and live from our vulnerability, the more beautiful this world is going to become. The more we're going to be able to create authentic connections with other people and live a life that is peaceful and harmonious. So I invite you the next time you feel a bit freaked out about what's happening or sad and you have no idea why you feel sad, instead of berating yourself, when you start to hear that inner critical voice of, oh, there's something wrong with me, other people don't get like this, what have I got to feel sad about? People have it so much worse off, blah, 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 all this internal dialogue that we absolutely all have. The next time you hear that in yourself, just see if you can recognize that, oh, here I am being really tough on myself when I just feel sad. And actually, I just feel ashamed or I just feel scared. And give yourself permission in that moment to just take a breath, take a pause, and just acknowledge the emotion for what it is. Oh, yeah, of course I feel sad. I'm human. I don't know why I'm scared exactly, but it's natural to feel scared. And see if you can just take those few breaths and see if you can sense those feelings in your body. I notice a kind of a tightness in my chest or bubble in my throat, or I'm holding my breath, and just, okay, that's what's going on in me. That's what it is to be me right now. Bring some breath to that. Bring some acceptance to that. And see if you can ask yourself, what is the kindest thing I can do for myself right now? What is the kindest thing I can do for myself right now? Maybe it's to just go to bed for a nap. Maybe it's to call a friend and speak from that vulnerability and kind of say, hey, Mary, John, Francis, whoever it is, I feel kind of scared right now and I don't know why. Can I just talk to you for a while? Maybe it's to kind of go, I think the kindest thing I could do for myself right now is to stop engaging with social media for a couple of days. Or the kindest thing I could do for myself right now is just go make myself a cup of tea and sit in the garden. Whatever. There'll be an answer if you can just sit with what is the kindest thing that I can do for myself right now. And to treat yourself like you might treat a scared child or somebody who's grieving, who's just lost somebody they love. If you can treat yourself with that level of kindness and compassion, then you can actually be in a healing journey, as opposed to this place that just feels like pure pain and suffering that you're trying to avoid. So that's my tip of the day. I wish you all the best. It is not an easy time for anyone out there. And I know that we're all doing our utmost to get through it. Let's see if we can be as present and as kind in it to ourselves and others as we can. Wishing you all the very best until I talk to you again. Bye for now.